digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in a roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Welcome everyone to a very, very special edition of THFC Till We Die. This is a special debate show. I am Tequila, today's host, believe it or not. I am the whip, the John Barrow of the Spurs community, if anyone knows who that is. I will be saying order as much as I can. I am the judge, jury, maybe executioner. We'll see how stuff goes. But I want to welcome my two guests. Firstly, fighting in the red corner, representing England, weighing 180 pounds, Ryan, playful Spurs. How you doing, Ryan?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Just I've actually, just quickly before we start all this, I had a kebab last night and I was being sick all over the place this morning.
Nice image. Lovely.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So,
Okay. Fighting in the blue corner, representing the Republic of Ireland, half man, half machine, weighing 240 pounds. Dermotron. How you doing, Dermo?
I'm fine. Oh, that's brilliant. That is so funny. I'll tell you one thing. You and me should actually do a funny sketch sometime, Tequila. We'll have to. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this tonight, bud. It's going to be good. Looking forward to putting across my point of views on why I'm feeling like I am at the moment. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So enjoy it, everyone. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and get us closer. See, we're only 2 away from 2,250. Let's see, can we get to 250 tonight on this stream?
Well, maybe tonight will be the night. Right. So, obviously, you know the 2 participants. I am in the middle. I will not give my opinion yet. And the fans, everyone's watching. At the end of this, you will get to choose Team Ryan or Team Dermo. No bias, no favoritism. It's all for a bit of fun. Don't be too serious about it. The 2 participants know the rules. We're going to try to keep it to about 2-minute answers max. But as I told them before, if they go over it, I'm not going to stop them unless they rabbit on, then I will come in. The questions have all been prepared. So both participants know the questions that were set up earlier on. Both have agreed to them. Both know everything like that. Any final questions from the 2 participants? And then I'll start welcoming some of the people in. Any questions?
no.
Nope. I want a clean fight. Right. And also, guys, depending on the amount of super chats we get, if we get enough super chats, I will do my best to arrange a boxing match between Ryan and Dermo, who's just left. Oh, right, Dermo's gone.
Oof.
Oof.
Oof, this isn't good. This hasn't
No,
started off well, wasn't it?
you've scared him away already, Ryan. Well done. You win by default. No, hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully it's just a connection problem. But in the meantime, yes. So what I was thinking was, if we get enough super chats in, I will arrange a boxing match between Ryan and Dermo in the same way, like, was it Logan Paul for CSI, whoever it was. So we'll try and set that up just for the Spurs community. I'm joking. Dermo would. Ryan, would you beat Dermo in a would you beat him in a boxing match? Would you beat him in a boxing match?
Dermo would do me. I think he would absolutely do me. But do you know what? I would put up a good fight though. But he would probably do me. I'm not a fighter. See, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Right. So would it be a first round knockout then?
Yeah, probably.
Or would you last a round? Would you give yourself a round?
Yeah, maybe I'd give myself a round. But do you know what? I'm willing to give it a go if Dermo is prepared to agree to it and there's enough super chats. I'll be willing to do it. Definitely.
Exactly. So there you go, guys. You've now got a great reason to give us some super chats tonight. If we get enough, then Ryan's agreed to the fight, so we just get Dermo. I'll talk him into it. Let me quickly check on Dermo to see where he is, to make sure he hasn't. Right. He probably is, but I should check on him. One sec, guys. How are you today, Ryan? Anyway, while I check on Dermo, how are you doing?
No, I mean, just I've been sleeping for most of the day because, like I said, I must have caught a bit of food poisoning or something last night. It was a takeaway as well. See, so
what did you get? You got a kebab where from your local one?
Kind of local, yeah. Literally about a 10-minute walk down the road. But it's the nearest one to me, to be honest. But yeah, and now I've got the cats running around, trying to act like an absolute muppet tonight. So them three are acting like absolute muppets. So if I do have to mute myself at any point, then that's the reason why. Tequila.
Well, cats are our overlords, as we all know.
Yeah. I mean, well, funny enough, right? You know, my cat gave birth to 3 kittens.
3 of them? Wow, that's a lot,
yeah.
Man.
Right. Well, this was last year. Gave 2 away. Well, one of them was given away to my mate, and then his partner as well. And yeah, literally, like she's only had the litter herself now, hasn't she? And it's her brother. And it's her brother who's the dad.
Oh wow. Okay. So are you gonna be swamped with kittens then?
Nah, I'm good. It's not my my problem, if you know what I mean, to deal with that. So, because my cats had her 3, and that was literally what I wanted, was her to have a litter anyway, so that just to be safe and sorry. But obviously she's now had her operation. He's had his operation, and the kitten had her operation, and I think they're more annoying now after the operation than before.
I think, is it Bob Barker? If anyone knows who Bob Barker is, isn't he the one who always tells you to neuter your pets? That's like his thing.
I think so, yeah.
Dermo is going to be back. His PC has crashed. Do we believe him? We'll believe him this time that his PC crashed. The ride didn't scare him away. He's gonna kill me for saying this stuff. So hopefully Dermo will be back. Let me welcome some people in before he gets in. Who have we got in the chat? We have Big Up Rain Man. How you doing, Rain? What does he say here? Loving the new starting sequence more and more. So many cracking goals. Yep, they've added Berbatov, which was badly needed, if you ask me. Schindler's in there as well, so 2 of my favourites. Big Up Rain, and we've got good old Wayne Bodder. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Frank in. Well, that's his stance already. Rain also saying Dermo has given in already. Well, I won't tell him you said that. He's going to watch this back to you. You know what it's like. Wayne also saying Dermo's positive. Wow, there you go, Ryan. You're already winning, mate. Dermo's getting pelters in the chat already. Oh, someone agreeing with you that apparently you couldn't lace Demo's shadow. Another full upload, failed upload. Don't recognise you, mate. Big up. But then again, the names have changed, haven't they, on a lot of people? So it could be I do know you. So apologies in advance. Knights of the Old Republic, know you, mate. How you doing? Demo, get back in here. He's on his way. So he tells me he's on his way. Big up to Queen Ellie. How you doing, Ellie? Not seen you in ages, Ellie. How you doing?
Big up,
Ellie
Ellie.
says, hello, lads. Big up to you both. Demetron and Ryan, both great Spurs fans, and what a good performance we put in the PSG. And I was there, and it's bloody brilliant, even though we lost. I think Demetro's back. Big up, Ellie. Like I say, nice to see you. And, oh, cheers, mate. Knights is saying, he's a big fan of your gaming channel, bro. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Spread the word, bruv. Thank you. He's back. Well,
Sorry.
Dermo. Your
Sorry.
PC crashed, did it?
It did, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. Seriously, at the blue wall of death.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure people in the chat believe you, Dermo, but right then. Okay, right. Let's get this thing started
what
then.
people say in the chat.
All right. Fight hasn't started yet. As I said to Ryan, if depending on how many super chats we get, we'll set up a boxing match between you and Ryan, like CSI versus I think it was Logan Paul, wasn't it? The dude who's a
No,
wrestler.
this is Anthony Joshua against Jake Paul.
Yeah, but they're not YouTubers though. They've got to be YouTubers though.
Yeah, that's true. Ryan, I'm going to knock you out within 10 seconds of this fight.
And Ryan said he's going to last at least a round. So
Yeah, he's going to last longer than a granny lasting round having a drinking session with Ewan McGregor.
Hey, Dermo, I've already said you'd probably do me, but I've already agreed to it, mate. So
Okay.
yeah,
do it,
he did agree to it already. Welcome a few more people in, then we'll get going.
Yeah.
Thea7, don't recognise you. Sorry, unless it's a name. Big up. I'll stand in. Dermo's back now, but if we need a ringer, I'll give you a call.
I know who that is. I know who that is, by the way.
Okay.
Scooby Doo.
Ah, big up to Scrappy. Right.
Scrappy. That's it.
Nice to see Scrappy in here.
Yeah.
Sure, I shall enjoy this. Wayne Bond is saying Dermo's PC crashed. Not driving, I hope. Well, that might
Tonight,
be later on.
I have brought out the Irish special juice. It's been brought out of storage for tonight.
Big up to Corey Boy. Yeah, I know you, Corey. How you doing, mate? See, I can't. That's the failed upload name. Yeah. See, the YouTube changed all the name, bro. Ryan couldn't lace anything. Well, Ryan. Scrappy doesn't like you. Big up to regular Erling. Hiya, Tequila, and everyone in the chat. Big up, mate. Nice to see you. And last and certainly not least, Scrappy again. It was the cockerel. I'm not saying that second word. I don't make mistakes like that. Dermo's the one who's fooled with that stuff. Sorry, Scrappy. And last but not least, Wayne saying hello to Scrappy. Right. No more running away now. Let's get this thing started.
Hang on. No,
Right.
hang on, Tequila. Hang on. Let's start it properly. Hang on.
Ready to rumble!
I already did the introductions, and I was doing
did you?
his brother. It was the one who does the UFC stuff. Michael Buffer used to do the wrestling stuff and the boxing stuff.
Yeah.
God, that's going
I
back
miss him
a lot. Okay, right. Question 1. Talking point 1.
Mhm.
Wow, this is going right for the jugular, this one. Right. Is Thomas Frank the real issue at Spurs? Is Frank's setup too predictable? His tactical system. Who wants to start off?
go on, Dermo.
No, I let you go first. Right.
Should have flipped the coin, shouldn't I? Go on then, Ryan.
Well, if you want me to go first, that's fine. Okay. Well, no. First of all, right, Frank's setup is literally because the players that we've got. Because when you look at it, right, if he had better players being brought in the summer, we would have been playing a different type of football already. We'd be on the we'd probably be playing attacking football. Sorry, should I say? But as we haven't, and I've said this so many times, that because we haven't got the players, and it's literally apart from Xavi Simons and Kudos, who are permanent signings, the team hasn't changed. So that's why we're playing like I think it was Dermo that said this, or someone has said that we're on Brentford's settings. Someone has said it. I'm not sure if it was Dermo. I can't say if it was or it wasn't, but that's the only reason why we're on Brentford settings. Simple as.
Look, I'll agree.
Okay, is that it, Ryan?
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that it? Okay, Dermo,
Yeah.
yours.
Look,
yours?
I agree where you're coming from on the players, and I agree we didn't do well in the summer window, but I do feel there were circumstances where there was a mess up in the boardroom. We didn't have a fully Paratici behind running the show either. It doesn't matter who the players are. It's down to the manager to make good on what he's got. And this far season, we haven't played well. Been playing too defensive, and it's been boring. It's been boring football. And I just feel that he has to let the handbrake off to let the players loose a little bit. My biggest criticism of Thomas Frank this year is that he's playing Brentford tactics with a big club. We're not Brentford. We're Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We have a style. We have a flair. We have identity. We don't have an identity under this manager. We're very much under the wave of we don't know what we're doing, and he's playing with all these tactics boards. He's like he's playing connect the dots on his tactics board on the touchline. Players need proper instructions with proper training, with proper how to do it. That's not happening. You're a professional footballer. You should be able to play any manager. And I just feel that either some of the players don't respect him, or he's not getting his point across better. And that's, I think, we are so boring to watch at the moment.
Okay, is that it, Dermo?
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, Tequila. Yeah, that's my point.
Ryan, there'll be you'll both get one rebuttal each, right? So you can't before we move on to the next question. So Ryan, again, you get a 2 minutes rebuttal if you have one. If you've got no rebuttal, you don't want to say anything, you haven't got it. But the option's there. So you got 2 minutes, Ryan, for your rebuttal to what Dermo said.
Right, look, on that, yeah, right, it's 2025. We can't keep saying that we're just going by the style of play, Dermo, right? Look, I get where you're coming from. We're a push and run team, yeah, right? But that was back in the 60s. We are living in 2025. Football has changed a heck of a lot since we last won the league title. So it's 2025. We can't expect it to be that attacking football. We haven't got, like I said, we haven't got the players, and it's not just that we can't all play like prime Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? Or even prime Man City, who won 4 league titles in one go. We can't. We just haven't, and it comes back down to the players. And it's not just the players. Like, I also blame Daniel Levy for that. But Daniel, looking at it, I don't think it was Daniel Levy to start off with. I think his hands were tied just because it was because of not Joe Lewis, but the kids, and that's all I can say. So I'm done with that part of it.
Okay, Dermo, you will get the last word on this one. So you rebuttal to what Ryan said, both his original point, and if you want to reply to what he's just said again.
Yeah, look, firstly, I think push and run you can play in any era. It's just football has changed, yes, I agree. But Tottenham have a style of play, which is push and run. We played it under Pochettino. We played it suicidally under Ange Postecoglou, to be fair. And I think there is a style. There's an old thing. I mean, I'm a big Irish fan, right? I'm from Ireland. I support the Republic of Ireland. We had Jack Charlton. It was about put them under pressure. You can still play that tactic today. Put them under pressure. And you can still play the push and run today. It's all about adapting your management style to where you're playing. On the second bit of Daniel Levy, I disagree. I think Daniel Levy was the main problem. Yes, ENIC didn't help either. It had nothing to do with the kids. It had to do with Joe Lewis and Daniel Levy. If you're a manager or running a company and somebody owns the company, he puts you in as manager, you have to run to his criteria, what he wants you to do. Joe Lewis gave Daniel Levy, this is what I want you to do. So in my view, Daniel Levy is the problem. He's gone now. It's down to see what the Lewis kids can do. But on the first point, I disagree that push and run you can play in any era, and we're playing boring football. This is not the Tottenham way, and that's all I got to say.
Right. Okay. Well, that's the first question, guys. If any your opinions in the chat, please put them in there, and we'll discuss it later on. Right. We're going to go on to question 2. Question 2 is as follows. Now, this one is about player development of a team. Are the individual players themselves getting better? And secondly, as another part of this question, which players have actually improved under Frank's tenure? So, Dermo, Ryan started the last one, so we'll alternate. So you go first on this. Ryan will get his say after you're done. So, right then, Dermo, question 2.
On the first one, Tequila, on player development, I don't think he's very good with the youth academy. I think he could use the youth more. Bit Dean Scarlett, Will Lancashire, players like that have proven on loan that some of them can play, and I think he needs to use them. We go back to that game against Copenhagen when Dean Scarlett came on, Tequila, and he won the penalty, and we all give out about Richarlison not letting him take his penalty on his Champions League debut. So I don't feel any player has improved. I think some players have got worse under Thomas Frank. You look at the likes of Brennan Johnson, who I was a big fan of up to this season. I think he's gone backwards. I think some of the players are gone backwards. You look at Jed Spence, he's getting a big head in them now, thinking he's the big deal. I think man management is not very good. And also going back to the youngsters as well, I think we have got good youngsters in the academy. He needs to use them more. But, it's just little things for me that he needs to do better, in my view. But he hasn't improved anyone. Sorry if I'm putting it into a big bug.
Okay. Right. Ryan, your reply, mate.
Oh, this is going to sound kind of harsh because I actually think he's improved the likes of Spence. For starters, Spence was good last year, but I feel like he's taken that next level up, to be honest. Could he use some more of the youth players? Probably, but his job's going to be... It's like saying that his job's going to be on the line, right? It's a lot quicker than if he does play them youth players and if he doesn't. Now, can it work? Yes, because we've seen it happen under... oh, God, who was it? Poch, I think it was, if I remember rightly, with Harry Kane. But they're not all going to be Harry Kane worthy. Archie Gray hasn't improved. But then that's because he's still young. He's going to have his good games. He's going to have his bad games. I don't see where you can say that no one's improved, Dermo. But look, I respect your opinion, but I think Spencer's improved, and I also think that Romero has improved since he's had the captaincy. And Mickey, I'd say he's about the same, but Spencer's, from my personal opinion, I can see has been a big improvement.
Okay. Dermo, your rebuttal to what Ryan said, and then it'll be back to you, Ryan, for the last part.
Look, I grant you, like Mickey van der Ven and Romero have improved, but for me, Romero's been inconsistent this season, even with the captaincy. It's calmed him down a bit, but he's been inconsistent. I think Mickey van der Ven is always going to improve anyway. If you're a decent player, you're going to improve. It doesn't matter who's manager or what club you're at. I think if you're a talent, you're a talent. I think I just look at the youngsters we could be using, the likes of Dean Scarlett, the likes of Will Lancashire, the likes of the youngsters that came on the range last season, all scored in Europe. We've got Mikey Moore. He should be within the first team, not going to them dirty rotten Rangers side up in Scotland. He should be with us, learning the Premier League, learning how to play in the Premier League, getting minutes here, getting minutes there. And I just feel that he needs to trust. I don't think he trusts the academy. He needs to trust it more, in my opinion.
Right then. Okay then, Ryan, you get the last say on this one.
Well, look, right. When you think of it like this, yeah, where are these young players gonna get the playing time? First of all, right, they can't have just like 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there. That's not going to improve them in any way, shape, or form. If you're gonna play the youth, you need to play them with about half an hour left of games to play. Mikey Moore, I've said this a long time, that I think Mikey Moore shouldn't have gone out on loan, and I kind of agree with you on that one. But I would have rather seen him get half an hour with us, but no, he hasn't. So the next best thing he's done, he's gone to another club in Europe, and he's improved. I can't say he's improving because I haven't seen his assists and goals, but he must be improved. He must be getting somewhere, some more experience at least, if nothing else. So realistically, it's not really the desired effect. But when it comes to Frank using the youth, like I said, it's a dangerous game. You're either going to lose your job a lot quicker, or you're just going to play with the tried and tested. And unfortunately, the tried and tested aren't even that good anyway. So he's got both hands tied behind his back, and he's got his two legs tied. And until we can buy better players, we're going to be going around and around in circles. So realistically, there's nothing else I can say on that.
Right. Okay. Everyone in the chat, tally up. Right. That was question 2. You don't have to put who you think's winning, but we'll do that at the end. Okay. So question 3. All right. The question 3 is going to be on the quality of the squad. Is he being let down by the players, or is he being let down by the club? And also, another caveat to this question is, does the squad lack leaders or winners? Leaders or winners, leaders/winners. Okay, Ryan, Demo started it last time. So again, you get the first say on this one, and it'll be over to you. So you're up, Ryan.
Okay, well, does it lack leaders? Yes, it does. The squad's not got a load of leaders in that squad. I can probably name you 2, potentially 3 that are able to be. I'm talking about the squad that we've got now, right this second, that are fit to play. I can name you Romero, Van der Ven, Kudos, and they're the only leaders we've got that are fit and able to play at the moment. And Polinia. Sorry, I'm forgetting that. I'm forgetting that we've got Polinia. But apart from that, there are no leaders. And to the second part, have we got winners? No, we haven't got no winners apart from Kudos and Romero. Apart from the players that I've just said, we haven't got winners in there. There's not that many winners in that squad. And unfortunately, I know Dermo's going to say yes, but then this is the same team we had last year that won Europa League. It's a whole different competition. I'm sorry, it is. They haven't played in the Champions League. This is, for some of them, it's their first season. Okay, Xavi Simons, it's probably not his first, but apart from that, who else has played in that Champions League? And we've only got one player who's won the World Cup in that squad as well, and that is Romero. So how are we expected to win anything?
Okay, cheers, Ryan. Dermo, your say, my friend.
Look, there is winners in that squad. There's Europa League winners. There's World Cup winners. There's leaders like Romero, Mickey van der Ven. I thought done well as captain when he came in Romero's absence. Vicario's another leader who never shuts up. I was sitting behind his goal for the Crystal Palace game last year, and I think he's learned more swear words since he's been at Tottenham than I think he ever did when he was in Italy. And he was pronouncing them pretty well as well, to be fair to him. So that was quite funny. I can go back to the 80s when you had players like Graham Roberts, Paul Miller, Steve Perriman, Ozzy Ardiles, Ricky Villa, Steve Archibald, players that would turn around and bollock another player if they didn't do anything right or they weren't pulling the rate. Look, it isn't football now. You can't do that to players these days because players these days would just go, he's shouting at me, make him stop. So there is leaders in the squad. There is winners. We did win a Europa League. I know Ryan thinks he called it, if I'm right, Ryan, and I'm going to quote you on this. He quoted it was a tin pot trophy or a second-rate trophy. It's the second biggest champion cup you can win in Europe. We are European champions. Arsenal can't sing that, and no other team in the Arsenal can't sing that because we are European champions. Yes, it got us into a Champions League, and I also think that to gain experience, you have to play in these big competitions to gain experience, to gain the quality you need to play in these big tournaments. Tottenham is a massive club. We've been a massive club for years. We've got players. Do we need to improve the squad? Hell yes. Is the squad good enough at the moment? No. But I think to say there's no leaders and to say also that we're going around in circles, I think is a little bit not right.
Okay, Demo. Ryan, your rebuttal to what Demo has said, my friend.
Right. Okay. First of all, I didn't call it a tin pot league trophy. I called it the Mickey Mouse trophy. I'm just giving him the right quote there, what I said, so he doesn't think I'm having a go because I'm not. When it comes to the leaders, the names you were mentioning before, like the Ozzy Ardiles and the Archibalds and the players like that, and even the Gascoignes, even you can put in that category. They won trophies everywhere they went, almost. Okay, probably not at Everton for Gascoigne, but everywhere he had gone before that, he had won trophies, and that is what makes these winners. That's what makes winners, and that's what makes leaders. And if you're not consistent, because I'll get the word out in a minute, consistently winning trophies year in year out, you're not classed as a winner. You can do it once in a blue moon. I don't even class the likes of what Crystal Palace done being winners, because they're not going to do that again this year. But at the same time, winning one trophy, you can't class one trophy in two trophies, in 17 years. You can't class any kind of player. The last person you can really class as a really good winner, I would probably say, could easily have been Teddy Sheringham, and yeah, that's probably because he moved to Manchester United. But he was a winner, full stop. And then if you look at the managers that we had, Conte, serial winner everywhere he went. Unfortunately, he didn't do it with us. Mourinho, serial winner everywhere he goes. Unfortunately, got sacked before the FA Cup final. And then you go back after that and see who else there was who are serial winners. Bill Nicholson. There you go. And that's all I can say.
Okay, Ryan, cheers, mate. Demo, you get the last say on this one.
Winners. You missed the manager. Ange Postecoglou won us a European trophy, a winner. All them players that were on that tin bus last year at Tottenham are all winners. You win a competition, you're a winner. Nobody can take that away from them by winning a European trophy. Nobody can take that away from them. You talk about Gaz as a winner. Yeah, Gazza won one FA Cup with us in 1991. Didn't win anything with Lazio, I don't think. Went to Rangers, where I think you could play with one leg and one hand behind you, tied behind your back. You probably win the league if you're going to beat Scotland. And you know, and the likes of Keith Birkinshaw's side, they were all winners. Keith Birkinshaw got us relegated. People seem to forget that. He got us relegated in 77 in his first full season. And then just got back up in 78 by the skin of his teeth when we got a draw at Southampton. Went out and bought Ricky and Ozzy. We didn't win anything straight away. We had to wait till 81 to win our first FA Cup. Then win the second one in 82 and win the UEFA Cup in 84. Ange Postecoglou, love him, hate him, whatever your thoughts of him, he's the third manager in our history to win a European trophy. Nobody can take that away from him. Nobody can do that. And for me, them players are winners they're winners in my view. You know, you've got to, if you're going to state facts and you're going to state your history, state it properly. You know, yes, George Graham won us a League Cup in 1999. He's a winner. Ronde Ramos won us a League Cup in 1999. He's a winner. In 2008, he's a winner. Pochettino, did he win anything? No, he's a loser. Yes, we had great football under him. Yes, we challenged for the league. Yes, we challenged for FA Cup. Should we have done more under him? Yes, got to a Champions League final. We were lucky to get there. We were lucky to beat Man City, and we were lucky to beat Ajax. But for me, all their managers in the past, you can't tell me Arthur Rowe. Is he a winner? Yeah, he won the second division championship and backed it up the following year in 50-51 with the first push on one side with the league championship. John Cameron, is he a winner? Yes. The first non-league side to ever win an FA Cup, Tottenham Hotspur, they're winners. So to say players are not winners because they've won a so-called Mickey Mouse Cup, we won the second biggest European trophy in Europe. We've won that 3 times. 72, 84, 2025, runners-up in 1974. You know, we were the first side to win a European trophy in 63, the first side to win 2 European trophies in 72, 2 European trophies, 63 and 72. You know, we are a winning club. Yes, we didn't win anything for 17 years. I agree with you. But I'm sorry, they're winners. Always have been, always will be.
Okay, everyone in the chat, that was question 3. Tally them up. I'm going to quickly add this to give people some time. The 2 participants don't know, but I've come up with this on the fly. There's going to be a bonus question, 2 bonus questions at the end of this. And the 2 questions are going to be based on questions put into the chat. And I will allow Ryan to choose one question he wants to answer. And Dermo can then give a rebuttal. And Dermo, you will get the same. This will be at the end of the planned questions. So people in the chat, get your questions in. And it's up to Ryan and Dermo to choose one question, only one, that probably favors their argument. They can answer it. And then the other person will get a rebuttal. But that will be the last 2 questions. But we're going to continue on with the planned questions. You guys weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't actually. It's a very good idea, actually, Tequila.
Yeah, no, I just came up.
You've been watching I'm a Celebrity for some funny reason.
No, mate, I watch Christopher Hitchens debates all the time. That's why I get this stuff from.
Can I just add something? I'm sorry. I'd just like to add one thing I forgot to put in my rebuttal. Am I allowed to put it in?
As long as it's quick, don't we?
Yeah, very quick. Crystal Palace are winners because they won a major trophy in England, the FA Cup, the most successful trophy in our football history. They're winners. Wimbledon, who won it in 88, they're winners. I just wanted to put that out there. Sorry, I didn't mean sorry. And Wayne, you will get a chance to do the same as well, bud. So I just wanted to put that out there. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, yeah, guys. So get your the best questions that you want the 2 lads to answer, and like I say, Dermo and Ryan will pick one each, most likely that favors their argument. So yeah, we'll see.
Can I just quickly say something? Will you be putting them in the back end so that we can see? Like, will you copy and paste them?
Can you not see the chat, Ryan?
Well, no, I'll be able to, but I'm just saying. Oh, in the chat. Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. I'm
in the chat. As long as you can read the chats, then as you know, as everyone's talking, you can have a look in the chat and see if a question pops out that you want to choose.
Yeah, no,
that's why I'm suggesting it now, to give people a bit of time to put them in while you guys answer the last 2 questions, rather than at the last minute then everyone's panicking for a question. So with there are 2 more planned questions. We're 3 or 5. We'll do the last 2 as planned, and then like I say, you'll both get to be able to choose one question. There you go. So Lynn Simpson's put one in there already. So Yeah, guys, put your questions in the chat that you think would be a good topic, and then Ryan and Dermo will choose one each. But on to question 4 of the planned questions. This one's on recruitment. Right. Did Frank get the players he needed? And also as a caveat, is recruitment giving him the tools to succeed, or are Spurs repeating the same old mistakes? You went first last time, Dermo, didn't you? So we're
Yeah, I
back to
did,
Ryan.
yes.
Okay, Ryan, so you
No,
start
I
off.
went
And then...
first this time. It was Dermo that went first
Oh,
time
sorry.
before I went first.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Dermo.
Go on, Dermo, you start off, and then Ryan will reply.
Look, I think we'll never know about this summer's window. We don't know with all the upheavals with Levy leaving. Was there more to it than meets the eye? Look, we've got our sources on this channel, Tequila, you know that, and we get all the news quick, and it was very quiet for a while, wasn't it? Where we thought, were we doing anything? I think that really mucked up our summer window. I also don't think Thomas Frank has been backed. I have gone on the state that on the channel many times. I think we haven't backed him with the striker. I think also when it came to when Madison got his injury, we had the mess up with Eze, we had the Morgan Gibbs White debacle, and I think it was very much mismanaged. And I think Thomas Frank has suffered for that. Now we got Paratici in the door. I think there's going to be a lot more stability, and I think that will favour Thomas Frank in this January window if he gets there. And I feel that the squad needs adding to. I think that there needs to be additions made to the squad, but that's down to the club to back the manager. That's down to Paratici. That's down to Vinay now to get it to do their job in January. In the summer, I think there was wars in the boardroom. I think there was talk of takeovers. I just felt it was too messy, and I do feel the disruption within the boardroom in the summer did cause major effect on our summer transfer window. And very lastly, I will finish with this. I think ENIC and Daniel Levy have to take full responsibility for our disastrous transfer window.
Before you start, Ryan, yeah, in the chat, guys, do what Scrappy has done here and put a Q and then put what the question is, so it's easier to read, because I can see some questions and then some of them are just comments. So to make it easier, I should have said that before. Put Q or question and then write the question so we can identify the questions for Ryan and Dermo to choose from. Go on then, Ryan, you'll reply to Dermo.
Yeah, just quickly before you start, if anyone has put a question in, just put a Q and then rewrite the question. Just before I started, I wanted to say that. So, right, I believe this is annoying because I want to disagree with Dermo on this one, but I really can't. The board haven't backed him. The board have not backed him in any way, shape, or form. And not just that, like I said earlier on, and I won't repeat myself, but if you have watched from the beginning, then you know what I'm talking about. The problem is, I can't blame Frank because he hasn't got. He's still got the likes of Ben Davis still there. Like, I don't even get why he's even still there. I'm hearing that there's people saying, oh, he's only there for the European quota. But then we've already got kids on the bench that are English and meeting the homegrown quota. So why do we still need to keep Ben Davis? It's silly. And the board, they need to be get gone quickly. I don't trust this board. This board are not trustworthy. It's still the same name with just two different people involved. I don't know what they're like behind the scenes. They might have the best outlook on the club, but they could also turn around and be like they've been doing for the last 23, 24 years. And it's silly, and I don't trust them. I want them out, and I will take either an American or a Saudi to come in and give us extra finances so we can go out and spend on quality players, because that's what we're missing, quality players.
Okay, Dermo, your rebuttal.
Yeah, I think we've got a bit of royalty in the chat tonight, Tequila. I don't know if you want to welcome him in from the Spurs 5.
Big up to Stel from the Spurs 5. I see you, mate. How you doing? Hope you're well. Thanks for joining us. And everyone else in the chat as well. We're getting quite good views. So, yeah, big up to everyone watching and hope you're enjoying it.
I'm quite nervous now. Stel's in the chat. Stel never comes into this chat. I'm nervous now. Hi, Stel. Hope you're doing well.
We are friendly.
Yeah, we are very friendly in this chat, by the way. We do welcome everyone in. We're very friendly and welcome everyone in. Look, Ben Davies has been at the club for 10 years because, I think he's good to have around because he's an experienced player. He's a model professional where the youngsters could learn off him how to be a footballer. Look, I agree we should do better. I've always said that I think they missed the trick with the protests by not keeping them going. I think we don't want the board or the new board to feel that they're being let off the hook. I think we've got to keep pressure on them to back the manager. And also, you know, I just feel that it's easy just to poke one player, just to pick one player. Oh, Ben Davies is here. But Ben Davies, as the chat have rightly said, Ben Davies has been here under Conte, under Pochettino, Conte, Mourinho, Nuno, all the managers we've had in between our permanent managers. And if you look into how to show the youngsters how to be a professional, how to act on and off the field, then Ben Davies is your man. I think also, if I'm correct, he's taken his coaching badges as well. And I think he does help with the youth. I think he's coaching sometimes with the youth academy. I think that's his plan to get a job within the club to help with the youth setup. So I think it's good to have these older players. He may not play every week, but I think it's good to have these older players in to show experience and to show what to do as a professional. Do I think the board need to do more? Hell yeah. I think we need a striker. I think we need another centre back, and I think we need another midfielder and a fullback. But you're never going to get everything done in one window. So it's important now. The Lewis family put the money where the mouth is. January is hard to buy. If we can set up one or two players in January, brilliant. But next summer is the summer where they're going to do or die by what they're saying. Do I trust the board? No. Do I trust them that they're going to say what they're going to say? No, because it's ENIC. And at the end of the day, a leopard doesn't change its spots. But could I be proven wrong? I could well be proven wrong. But time will tell. So for me, to finish off, yes, I think Ben Davies is good to have around, and B, ENIC have to prove to me that they're willing to put the money where the mouth is. And if they are, and get the players in, then brilliant.
Okay, thanks, Dermo. Ryan, you've got a rebuttal, and Dermo, you'll have the last say on this one.
Yeah. Well, first of all, big up Stel. Big up Stel if you're still watching, mate. Look, the problem is we all know it's ENIC. It's the same name, just two different people. I'm not even giving them a window. They need to literally get their finger out straight away. They have to. They can't. They're not even getting a free pass from me. They've done. It's otherwise. It's the same stuff we've seen every season, and the problem is when you see the same stuff, you just. It's hard to say that they're going to change, and I can't see them changing, not one little bit. So. They don't even get a chance of proving me. They have to do it straight from the get-go. They have to, from the 1st of January, whether it's loaning some quality players, because that's the main word in this, quality players. If they can bring in quality players, fine, right? Then I'll give them the summer window. I'm going to be taking it window by window because they're on really, really thin ice. With me personally, I can't talk for anyone else. I can only talk from my personal opinion. So I'm going to take it window by window. But if by the end of January we haven't brought in quality players, I'm not saying they've got to be world class. I'm not putting players up here on a pedestal because that's not the right thing you should be doing for any player. I just want to see quality players that walk into this first team straight from the get-go. A bit like Kudos. Walk straight in and start start improving this team and get us up a little bit further up that table, because I predicted that we'd finish between the places of 5th and 8th, and that would be a very good season for me. So, yeah.
Okay, cheers, Ryan. And Dermo, you get the last say on this one.
Look, we're not going to get everything done in January. We're probably lucky if we get 1 or 2 plays in January, but they do have to be quality. I think next summer is going to be important, but I do feel as fan base, we need to keep ENIC under pressure. We need to keep letting them know we're there. We haven't gone away. I think the protests do have to start sometime soon. I'm sure Change for Tottenham will have something out in the near future. And also, we just remember, it's our club. It is our football club. They may own it, but it's still our club at the end of the day. And we have to let them know how we feel about how they're running our club. So, yeah, I think it's all about putting the pressure on the board and keeping it there and letting them know we ain't going away.
Okay, Dermo, thank you. Just to let you guys know, I have starred all the questions I've seen in the chat. So if you want to go to the stars page, you can choose your questions in a second. So I've put them on there for you, right? Okay, on to the final scheduled question. Okay, regarding in-game management. Does he react fast enough? Does Thomas Frank react fast enough? Is Frank overachieving, underachieving? Or is he simply just on par? Is he doing what we expected? That is the final question before you guys get to choose them. So, Ryan, you're up, aren't you, first, mate, on this one?
Yeah. Look, right, I don't think overachieving, right, for me, this is my personal opinion, overachieving this year would be finishing 4th or higher. That would be an amazing. Is he on par at the moment? I think I'm not saying he's underachieving, but he's on par, I personally think, because he even said at the beginning of this season, we are going to lose games. So he's come out and been brutally honest about that. He's been probably the most honest since I can remember, probably Conte. And literally, that's all you ask, right? And I know Dermo's probably going to say something, but the passion's not there. Well, I personally, this is just a personal opinion, I think the passion is there, but it's like there's like I've said on someone else's show, right, that they're being fed too much information before they go out on that to cross that white line at the beginning, personally. Pardon me. But I just think he's doing a very not a very good job, but he could be doing worse.
Okay, cheers, Ryan. Dermo, your reply. You're up first.
Look, has he achieved? Well, we won't know that until the end of the season, will we? Until the season is finished and we can look back at the season. His in-game management, I think, could improve. I think he got his tactics wrong against Chelsea. I think he got his tactics wrong against Arsenal. He got his tactics sort of okay against PSG, where I think we can take a lot of positives from that game. But also, I don't think if you're a manager that you go into a press conference and praise every other team you're playing, or like with Eze, who's Eze? That's just giving that player the ammunition to come back and hurt you. Also, I don't think he should come out and say, well, we're going to lose games, or we're going to play so many games brilliantly, and then so many percentage of games are going to be mediocre, and so many percentage of games we're going to lose. I mean, you don't say that. You probably would say that privately, but you don't say that to the press, because the press can spin it any way they want to use it against you. I think Thomas Frank is an honest manager. I got nothing against him. I like him. I think he done well at Brentford. But I'm just beginning to think, is this a bit too big of a leap for him? Also, just very quickly, Ange did say, somebody put it in the chat, Ange did say we were going to concede goals. I mean, we can see goals. Everyone knows we're going to lose games this year. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work that one out. I just think he needs to focus more on Tottenham, more on the squad, more on his tactics, more on his in-game management. I think also very quickly, I think his substitutions can be either on point or not on point. Either they can be too late or a little bit head scratching. Why is he taking off that player for that player? And also, when at home, for the love of God, for all that is holy, for every Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the wee donkey who we never know what happened to him, I wish we do. Be more attacking minded at home. Do you know, there is a way of doing it. You don't sit there and hope to get a point at home. Do it away from home. That's fine. But for me, when you're at home, play with a 6, an 8, and a 10 and let the handbrake off and let the players play. You know, you can over tactic a team. Just let the players play.
Okay, Ryan, your rebuttal to Demo's point.
Look, I think this is where, if I know that I think this is probably going to urge Stel quite a bit if he's still in the chat. Look, I'm happy the way we're playing at the moment, home and away. Right, we haven't got the players with quality to do it, and I've said this, and like I said a few minutes ago, quality is what is the most important. And if we haven't got the quality, how else do you expect us? What if we haven't got the players? How are we expected to play attacking football? We can't. We have to play with the players, and we have to play to their strengths. And are we playing to our strengths, their strengths at the moment? Well, Mickey van der Ven, I would say yes, we are. Are we playing to the strengths of Romero? I personally think yes, we are. Can we be doing better with the midfield and the forward line? Of course. But then I don't want to be seeing the likes of blinking Johnson, and I don't want to be seeing the likes of blinking Richarlison literally having to play game in, game out, because they're not first team players. When you've got the likes of players like, look at Carlo Moane the other day. All right, I get it. People are going to say it was against his former club. Fine. But I think this will kickstart his season off with us now. And I think he will probably, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think Carlo Moane could easily get 15 goals this season, easily, from now until the end of the season. And Frank's tactics, they're perfect for me. I that's just the way I see it.
Okay, cheers, Ryan. Dermo, you get the last say on the last planned question.
Look, we've got a lot of injuries at the moment, so Richie has to play, and Richie's got 3 and 3 at the moment. Morani, I think he has to get used to playing in the Premier League. I think, look, he done well in 2 games. I've seen him. He laid on Odegaard for the goal against Copenhagen, and he got an assist and 2 against PSG for Richie and 2 goals himself. I think Thomas Frank could do better tactically. I think he's been too defensive. And I just think some of the players look disinterested. They rarely do. Players look bored. And when you get bored players, then you got a problem on your hands. There was a lot of rumours going around. Has he lost the dressing room? Has he lost this? Has he lost that? Look, Nuno, the players got very sick of Nuno very quickly when he lost his job. And the players won't be backwards and coming forward and getting sick of Frank either. I look, deep down, I hope he proves me wrong, and I hope he leads us to success. If he does, I'll be the first one to put up my hand and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Congratulations. But I look at Chelsea, the lowest XG at home. I've done some stats, by the way, as well, to back up my argument about Thomas Frank. Look, Spurs have only won 2 wins out of the last 10 games in all competitions. We've got the lowest individual rankings at home, points at home this season. Away, yes, we've got the highest individual rankings. Spurs have only won 1 and a win in the last 5 games in the Premier League. Spurs have just won 4 home games in this calendar year. Antra 3, Frankfurt 1, and that was the opening game against Burnley. and Tottenham have scored in 10 of their 12 league matches played this season. But some of them stats there are very damning. They're extremely damning. You got Arne Slot, a manager of Liverpool, who are the league champions and a far better side than we are. A very far better side than we are. And there's talk about him getting the sack. Do you know, Thomas Frank has to work out very quickly the middle ground of playing defensive and attacking football. Do you know, and at the moment, we are boring to watch. It is so boring. It puts me to sleep. I'd want better. He needs to do better. And as soon as he can do better, then fine. But at the moment, he's proven to me he's a mediocre manager, which he's found this job maybe too big for him. And then we'll be looking for another manager because the players are going to get bored, the fans are going to get restless. And what are the board going to do? If this was a Levy signing or a Levy pick, then they're going to say it's nothing to do with us, lads. We'll sack him. We'll bring in our manager. If it's a Lewis pick, then they're going to have to back him in January if he gets there. We've got 3 big games coming up. We've got Fulham at home tomorrow, Newcastle away on Tuesday, and we've got Brentford at home next Saturday. I would expect 7-8 points out of them next 3 games. 2 win and 2 draws for me. 7 points. So a win against Fulham, a win against Brentford, and a draw away to Newcastle. When we never do well anyway. Anything less than that is a failure, in my view.
Dermo, can I just quickly just say to you, Slot's already been sacked.
Sorry, I haven't read the news.
Yeah, he's already been sacked. Just thought I'd let you know. Just
Okay.
Well, that's some breaking news.
Right. Screw Liverpool. That's my reply.
Yeah, exactly. This is Tottenham Hotspur.
Right. Thank you, guys. That was the 5 plans questions. Everybody in the chat, tally them up, but don't give the answers yet. There's 2 more bonus questions. Right. So what I've done, both Dermo and Ryan, if you look, I've put all the questions that I've seen. Sorry if I've missed anyone out. I have checked, though. I don't think I have, but I might have. You have a look in the starred messages, Ryan and Dermo, very quickly, and just choose one question. You probably won't choose the same one, but if you do, then you do. But choose one question. Dermo, you will go first. Ryan, you will end it off. So Dermo, you first. Go and choose a question that you want our answer that you think that you think will back up your side.
Yeah.
And then Ryan will choose one afterwards, unless he wants the same one you did, which he might do.
Right. It's the one from Thea V. Do you want me to bring it up, bud?
Just put it up on chat, yeah. Put it up in the
that
window.
one.
Right, this is from Scrappy Doo, and she is saying, one sec, let me bring it up. Can't see the screen there. Right. Should have brought my glasses.
Yeah, can I just say Slot has not been sacked?
has he not?
No, unless you've got the news before everyone else. I'll ask our sources. I'll ask my source.
Right, okay, the question is, Ryan, you will get a chance to answer this as well, but Dermo will go first since it's his chosen question. The question is, what is your idea of success, winning or competing? Seeing as Poch competed, but was criticised for not winning, and Andrews criticised for trying to win first and succeed. So, yep, you start, Dermo, and then Ryan will reply.
I think it's the second one for me. Look, Poch had we had all the great football on the patch. Did we win anything? No. Ange led us. Success is winning trophies. You're a manager. Your first job is to win trophies, cups at Tottenham. That is your job. Your job. A is to win trophies. B to get us in the Champions League. Okay. Any manager's first job is to win trophies. You're not going to be remembered for finishing second in the Premier League or for playing sexy football. You're not going to be remembered for that. You're not going to be remembered for that. You'll be remembered by winning trophies. So in my view, it's the second one for me, and it's a great question as well, by the way. Ange may not have had a love from all the Spurs fans. One thing we can all agree, he's a winner. He won us a European trophy. No matter what you think of that European trophy, it's a trophy. It's a night I never forget. I'm a man of, I was 47. I was reduced to tears when we lifted that trophy. It's the first time I've seen us win that trophy since I was 6 or 7 years of age. I've been lucky enough to see a lot of Tottenham teams win major trophies. They're the days that I remember the most. I don't remember where I was when we drew with Chelsea to lose the league against Leicester. I don't remember when I was when we played some sexy football against, I don't know, Wolves or a team like that. You remember winners. And if Thomas Frank wins a trophy, then he's a winner. For me, it's all about winning trophies, winning cups, and being remembered as a legend. And I'm sorry, for me, it's winning cups. It's the first and foremost in my book of being a successful football manager.
Okay, cheers, Dermot. Ryan, your thought on the question?
Look, oh, sorry, everyone. Look, right. I don't know where this would be put under because I want to win trophies, right? But when it comes down to it, I also want to see us finish as high up in the table as possible because that is our bread and butter at the end of the day. Now, the higher up you finish, the more quality of players that you can bring in because you'll have a bigger transfer budget. But like I said, I want to win trophies, but I also want to finish up as high as we can in the league because that at the end of the day, that is our bread and butter. I know we're not gonna win the league anytime soon. We're nowhere near capable of winning the league, let alone making the top four. So, you know, but I would still rather finish higher up as possible than actually sitting here watching us lose week in, week out and finishing 17th. That is absolutely barbaric. I don't anyone that thinks that to me it doesn't make no sense if anyone thinks that finishing 17th and winning a trophy is a good season because it's really not because when you've lost 26 games all season and you're only coming out and winning a trophy, it makes no sense. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not going to tell anyone how to support the club because you've got your own ways of how you want to support the club, and that's you're right. But personally, finishing 17th is not good enough for me, and that's what we did last season. I don't care about winning any trophy when it comes down to where we were with our league position.
Okay, Dermo, your rebuttal to Ryan, and then Ryan, your rebuttal to what Dermo says, and then we'll move on to the last question after that.
Ryan, in all my years of supporting this club, which is 43, nearly 44 years of following this mighty football club, I've seen us finish in the bottom half of the table, but we've won a trophy. Them years I remember. Yes, we finished 17th, but you forget about that because we lifted a European trophy. We lifted the second biggest trophy in Europe. Got us into the Super Cup, got us into the Champions League. You remember the days we win. I supported Tottenham through the times where we were really shit in the league. I mean, really shit in the league. You think this is bad? You thought last season was bad? I've seen worse. Believe me, I've seen this nearly get relegated on the Aussie ID list. I've seen us nearly we had to go to where was it? We had to go to Oldham. To beat Oldham to stay in the Premier League in the 92, 90, where was it? 92, 93. Yeah, 92, 93 season. Do you know, winning trophies is your bread and butter. That is what people remember you for. People don't remember Alan Neeson for that bicycle kick or whatever, that goal he scored against Luton or Leicester or wherever we played back in the days. He's remembered for scoring the winning goal at Wembley against Leicester in injury time to win us the 1999 League Cup. Ricky Villa, a brilliant player. What's he remembered for? Scoring the winning goal in the FA Cup final in 1981 when we finished, I think, 10th or 11th in the league. Do you know, last year was such a weird year for us. We had so many injuries. We had so many things go against us. And yes, it was frustrating to lose every week. Yes, did I like it? No. What made up for it? Winning the European trophy. Seeing us lift that second biggest trophy you can win in Europe. And did I celebrate? Hell yeah, I celebrated. And too right I did. You know, you can't just sit there and say, I'm not going to celebrate this because I don't like the manager and we were shit this season. You take cups, don't come around all that often. We had to wait 17 years between our last trophy to this one. They don't come every year. No team has a divine right to win a trophy. Yes, you have to finish high enough. League, it's all money. Where you finish in the league, you get more prize money. I understand that. I get that. But last season for me was the best year of my life, was the best footballing season of my life. Why? Because we were successful. We won a trophy. We won a second major European trophy, our third in our history. If we had a shit season this year, finished 9th or 8th in the league and just about qualified for the Conference League, but went on to win the FA Cup, I would be overjoyed because it's winning a trophy. You remember them days as long as you live. So football is not all about looking pretty or finishing in the Champions League. Football's about being successful and winning trophies. That's what we're all in it for, to be successful and win trophies. And Tottenham, when we win them well. We were a successful club in the 60s, successful club in the 70s, successful club in the 80s, won 2 trophies in the 90s. Between 1951 to 2008, we won more than 1 trophy in every decade. We weren't going to win the league. We're not a league side. We're a cup side. Tottenham have always been a cup side. The first team to win it as a non-league side in 1901. We have a proud history of winning trophies. And we will continue to have a proud history of winning trophies. That is who we are. That's who we are, and that's what we're about. We're Tottenham Hotspur. We're the best team in North London, and I rest my case.
Okay, Ryan, mate, your last reply to this?
Look, well, it to be honest, I don't even know where to go with this because I remember where I was, right, when we finished second in the league. I know exactly where I was that day, and it's crazy how it's just, to me, it just baffles me. It just totally baffles me because let's use your example for a minute, yeah, right, Dermo. If we finished 8th, let's just say, because you said and I think we'd finish between the positions of 5th and 8th anyway. So let's say we finished 8th and we won a FA Cup. Darn right, I'd be happy. Darn flaming right, I'd be happy. Like, of course I would. I would be literally. Let's put it like this, right? If we won the FA Cup, yeah, right, and I know it's past 9 o'clock now, so I can kind of get away with saying this. I would streak around Scotland. That's how happy I would be if we won the FA Cup and finished 8th this year.
Fair.
Are you frozen, Ryan? Are you still there, mate? Or are you finished?
Yeah, I'm still here. Am I frozen?
Okay. No. I thought you frozen for a sec. You were motionless. You're good. Is that it then, Ryan?
Yeah.
Right, now, Ryan, you get to choose the last question. As I said, they're all starred. There's been 1 or 2 come in since Dermo's chosen. So if you want to have one more quick look, just choose one of them.
Let me go into the starred ones, and I'll have a look.
Yeah, just go to the starred messages, and I've put all the ones I've seen in there. So just tell me which one it is, and I'll bring it up on screen because I don't think you can do that yourself. I don't think.
Oh, there's so many good questions here.
Just choose the one which you think benefits you the most. This is why I'm giving you the freedom to choose it. So it proves your point.
I'm not trying to make. I'm not worried about if it proves a point or not. I'm more looking at. You know what? Let's take Creighton's question.
I think he's put a couple in. Which one do you want?
Can I start? Yeah, I
Yeah,
can do it myself.
If you can do it yourself, then yeah, put it up.
Does it come up?
No,
No.
tell me which one it is then.
It was literally the one under Mia's, I think it was. The one that you highlighted for Mia is the one underneath that one.
This one.
Let me see. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I was I was looking at thinking, why is it not coming up? Anyway.
Okay, so this is Ryan's choice. This is the last question of the night. So everyone get tally up when Ryan's when we finish this last question. The question is from Rain, and it is it boring football from Spurs or Tottenham, or is the Premier League more boring this season? Your first,
Yeah.
Ryan, and then Dermo, you'll reply.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't actually think it's more that the football's boring from us. I think that it could be just down to being the Premier League, where there's not really and this is a word that I know that Sava loves to use a lot. There's not any consistency when it comes to the league this year. There's no one going on like a silly run like 10 games on a run like Man City did a few years ago. So I honestly think it could be something just to do with the Premier League. I don't think it's just Tottenham. I think it's everything to do with the whole league. The whole league is so close. I'm not sure if either of you two can pull up the league table for me or tell me how many points there are roughly. But I'm pretty sure from where we are to where everyone else is, it's like 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 points at the most. If Dermo, if you can pull that up for me or whatever, because I know it's not. I know that when I checked it, there wasn't that many points between us and everybody
Points
else.
between Spurs and who, Ryan? Who is it you want to know?
Just us and the top, from 5th down to where we are.
We're on 18 points, and Palace are in 5th with 20 points.
Yeah, so that and the teams in between, there's only like a point or two between, isn't there, Tequila?
Yeah, just a couple of points. Yeah.
See, so that's what I mean. So it's got something to do with the whole league, I think. I don't think it's just that one thing. I just think it's the whole Premier League. And to be honest, that's all I've got to say for that part. And over to you, Domo.
Okay, go on, Dermo.
Have we been boring? Yeah, we have. There's a couple of times. I think you said to me before the start of the season, get ready for a few nil boring draws. I think you were right on that. Is the Premier League? The Premier League's different this year. I can't describe it. It's boring and it's exciting. I think we've gone back to 90 set pieces and long throws. They've come back into it, which has really surprised me. But if it's about Thomas Frank and how we're playing, yes, we've been boring. Yes, there were good games. Man City away. There's been the odd good games within there, but we're too defensive, and that's boring. That makes for a boring game because you're not going to come out and attack a team or play against a team where you just wait for them to. You're waiting to counter them. And is that a Tottenham thing? Is that a Premier League team? No, there's other teams in the Premier League playing more attractive football than we do. So yes, we are boring. Yes, we are boring to watch at the moment. Now, will that change when we get Maddison and Kulu back and we get our attacking better players back? Possibly it could. I mean, it would give Frank more options. But at the moment, you can't tell me that Arsenal was good to watch. No. You can't tell me Chelsea was good to watch. No. Can you tell me Bournemouth was a great watch? No. Can you tell me how many games this season can you say Tottenham have been attractive at? And I say 2. I would say Man City away was a good performance where we played well. And I would also say Everton away. I don't think we played brilliant, but we played better than we had been. But you look at Bournemouth at home, trash. You look at Chelsea at home, boring. Arsenal away, boring. And I just want to see the push and run, that the way that we do play, the push and run way, the attack and flair that we know we have. And we do have players that can play like that. It's about the manager trusting the players and letting the handbrake off. Let it off. Or let it go, as she said.
Okay, Ryan, this is your rebuttal, the last thing you can get to say. So if you want to do like a closing statement afterwards, you know, do it now, and then Dermo, you'll finish off.
Okay.
Yeah, look, right. It's. I've not in. I'm not saying that I've not enjoyed the way, because every time we've been on TV, I've enjoyed watching us play. Right. If you disregard the results, I've enjoyed watching us play all season so far. Now, did I enjoy it under the last manager? No, I fell asleep. I knew what was coming, and in the end, it came to the point where I just didn't even watch the games at all. When you're looking, and then did I watch all the games that I could when Conte was in charge and Mourinho and Poch? Darn right I did. I've got that same sort of feeling again. I've got that feeling back to want to actually sit down and watch a game of Tottenham. And to be honest, it is what it is. Now, do I honestly feel like there's anything else that could happen? Probably, but we're not going to be able to. And like I've said, until we've got the two key ingredients, the quality and the consistency. So realistically, there's not a lot I can say. Now, closing statements is, look, it's friendly banter between me and Dermo all the time. I know he thought I was calling him out, and I kind of was with this, to be honest, because I wanted to get this done at some point. And obviously, Dermo, it's no offense to you, mate. I've got all the time in the world for you, man. I've got so much love. But look, don't just, at the end of the day, this is football chat. Let's all keep it civil every single stream. And I'm not saying that people haven't kept it civil in this stream. I'm just saying for every single stream, that not just this channel, but every channel, just keep it nice, friendly, and just show everyone a bit of respect and a bit of love. And I'm not saying no one in this chat hasn't. I'm saying totally the opposite. They've all shown respect and they've all shown love. But I expect to see that in every channel that I go into, and I expect to see it in every chat, that whether I'm in there or not, basically, to just keep it civil to everyone. And over to you, Dermo.
Yeah, mate, closing statement from you, Dermo, and then we'll ask the fans to decide who's won.
Look, firstly, I've enjoyed the debate tonight. It's been a good debate, actually, and I've really enjoyed it. Look, I got an awful lot of abuse. We all did on this channel because of what we thought of Ange Postecoglou last season. Some vile stuff, some nasty stuff where it upset us, it upset me. And I was the first one to put my head over the parapet that I think Frank doesn't back up his ideas. Frank needs to go. And I stand by that. I want to give him, him to prove to me that he's the man to take us forward to be successful. But as I said, I've enjoyed it. Yeah, and down to the people now, as always. It always has been, always will be. The people rule, majority share. That's how democracy is done. So it's down to the people. Tequila, over to you, bud.
Okay, right. So everyone in the chat, before we head off, all you got to do, just put Team Dermo, Team Ryan, and we'll see what the fans think. In the meantime, guys, I think you guys, as the watchers decide and make their make their choices. I want to say thank you. You guys have both been very polite, actually. You followed all the rules. I think you both treat each other with respect. I think people in the chat have been really well behaved as well. Saw a couple of things about Ange being good, which I don't agree with, but I'll keep quiet myself for that one. I was tempted.
You have a picture of Ange by your bed. Be honest. Now, be honest.
I've got one of those voodoo dolls. I stick stuff in it. Just I am, mate. But yeah, so we'll let people put in the chat. But no, big up everyone in the chat for watching, for being polite. I didn't see any fighting, which is really good. No fighting. We all treated up with respect and kindness. Big up to Ryan and Dermo. I don't think there's any real bad blood there, really. I think you guys just have different opinions. But from what I saw, you guys treat each other fine. And as Ryan said, and I do agree with him totally on this, we should see more of this in many more chats. And we don't, unfortunately. We can treat each other with respect, even if we don't agree. Respect is free. It doesn't cost a thing.
Yeah.
Right. So some of the results are in. Oh, it's going to be a tough one. Well, Scrappy's back in you, Dermo.
Yeah.
So we got Team Corey. Okay.
Corey's backing himself.
Yeah. Rain has gone with Team Ryan.
Interesting.
So right now I see it as being quite equal. We'll wait a bit longer, give it a little bit longer, see if anyone wants to put in some more.
Giant 68's gone for Ryan as well.
Yeah, Erwin's gone for Dermo. Wow, this really is neck and neck. So this is more or less equal at the minute. We could have done a poll, to be honest. It's a bit late now, but we could have done a poll, to be honest. Maybe next
You
time.
telling me there has to be a repeat of this. There has to be
This might be like the end of Rocky 1 where they gave the limit, Dermo.
Yeah.
Do you know
One of you start showing Adrian in an outfit. Adrian.
You know what's the key one? If it enters a draw, we'll have to do a poll because we can't end it on a stalemate because then that'll be just kind of.
Dermo's not taught me. Dermo, if you want to do a quick poll, you can. You haven't taught me how to do that, so I don't know how to do them.
What we do, a rematch. I think it needs a rematch, but my campaign manager's doing very well in the chat. I have to say she's very good, or he's very good.
It does look pretty even though. Korski has gone for Dermo. You might have an ever so slight lead, Dermo, but it's not by much.
Has it gone to a split decision?
It's going to be close. It's going to be a. Oh god, yeah. I might have to do a rematch. You know, it is very close. I think Dermo by 1 at the minute from what I'm looking at. I agree, Rain. It should be Tequila. Well, no. Well, I'm Adrian, am I? They don't. I ain't Adrian.
So you going home with me then to cook me dinner? Then is that the case?
No. Team Tequila. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree on that one.
I vote for Tequila as well. I thought he's a brilliant host, and you don't host on here. You've done a fantastic job tonight, bud. Well done.
I'm just the whip.
And do you know what, Tequila? It's funny because I didn't think that. I thought you was gonna have to literally calm one of us down at one point.
No, like I say, I didn't really have to do that much. You guys are pretty. You guys followed the rules, so that was good. Yeah, I think.
You don't want to call it one way or another.
Scrappy in the chat. Just because you keep saying Dermo, I'm only counting it once. You know, I'm not counting it every time you put Dermo.
Don't become my
you know what? Because you guys have all enjoyed it. Let's say it's a draw. I'm not saying that's what I've seen, but I'm going to call it as a draw. But it's very close. But as a good boxing or any promoter done, you know, we're going to do a draw just so we can milk the rematch, right? So we can get the punters in for the rematch.
You're following the Eddie Hearn thing. Get a rematch in for the Ben Eubank.
Yeah, exactly. Just to get more money in it. It's just to get the punters to come back in. So I'll give you guys another minute. You got 60 seconds. People who've not voted, that means you don't keep putting Dermo in, Scrappy, right? To see if it can be swung. But it is close though.
Come on,
it is
Scrappy.
Close. It's not a runaway winner.
It was a good debate, actually. I have to say, it was a good debate. I enjoyed it.
Do you know what I thought? I thought I wasn't even going to get anyone on Team Ryan, but do you know what didn't I say this to you earlier, Dermo? I said you're just going. I don't even care about this part of it. You go and sweep it if you have to.
You do. You're a liar. You do care, like I care. You do care.
No, I honestly don't know, Dermo. That's why it's just interesting to see how many people have actually like gone and swung my way and swung your way, and it's tight. So it looks like we just call it a draw, I think, personally.
Unless... I think we might have to call this one a draw.
Yeah.
We've got a new one coming, Keela, at the bottom.
No, that's the same person. You think I recognise that name. That won't work, Scrappy. You're the same person. I recognise that name. What we might have to do is we'll have to do a poll next time to get the actual official numbers, but we haven't done a poll. Yeah. The next time we'll sort it up so we've got a poll and we'll put the poll where near the end of the debate, and then we'll get the proper numbers. It's close though, so let's say that even if there was a winner, which I'm not going to say, it's very close and definitely deserves a rematch, like Rocky 2. Which one of
She
you is
got
going
the
to be?
boys.
Which one of you wants to be? Which one of you is going to be Rocky? And which one's going to be Apollo? You
I'd
need
be
to choose
Rocky.
that. Okay.
Adrian.
Nice. Okay. Right, guys. We do hope you enjoy it. It looks like we'll be doing a rematch. Don't know when. And we'll set it up whenever Ryan and Dermo want to do it, and then we'll do a poll and we'll get a definitive winner. So be sure to tune in. But I want to thank my two guests, Dermo and Ryan. Big up, guys, treating each other well. Big up, everyone in the chat. Hope you enjoyed it. Please join us again. Dermo, what have you got coming up? And then you can play the outro, bro. You got it set up.
We have come. Actually, do I guess first? Do Ryan on play?
Okay, Ryan.
And you do, and you yourself as well.
No, they don't care about. They don't care about me tonight. I'm not advertising myself. Play Pouch Gaming Channel. Just go there to see South Park. There you go. What about you, Ryan? Where you at?
Do you know what? Like, I'm finding it difficult trying to do too much at the moment on my own channel. Well, I say it's not just my channel. It's meant to be Paul's, but Paul's not around at the moment. I don't know why. So I'm just stressing out about what I can do next. But what I was actually thinking was today, though, right, was if anything, right, and I didn't even consider it being a draw, but I was actually thinking of like me, you, and Dermo will go over to my channel at some point and do another debate on my channel, and we send the link out to all the, and Dermo, you can send the link out as we're about to go live to all your subscribers to come over and watch.
I would sort something out.
Yeah,
We'll sort something out. THFC to die. In the morning, we've got the predicted lineup coming out, guys, in the morning. Then tomorrow, of course, it's match day, so we've got all your match day. I'm decided, guys. Do you want to see the lineup as a live show tomorrow, as a bit of a match day build up? So I'm considering doing that. So I may do that. So watch that. We do have the match day stuff tomorrow, match reactions, watch along. Then on Sunday, we've got the play rating show, and we also got the post match show as well. So I'm sure Rain will be joining me that, because I think the Keeler will be somewhere in D&D land. I'm trying to pick up a nice maiden from the local pub while drinking bubblegum.
More than one.
Yeah,
I got Charisma 20, mate. That says it, isn't it?
Oh, there you go. You're a Monty billionaire in D&D land. And then Monday. And then Monday, what we've got Monday? Monday, then we've got all the match build up for Newcastle game. Then Newcastle, it is all match day stuff. So, guys, thanks for watching. Whatever you do, love each other, hug each other, be nice to one another, and whatever you do, come on, you Spurs. In Thomas Frank, I don't know, just come on, you Spurs. But as always, we do leave it to our man from down under to give his words, his wisdom, and his sort of celebratory of winning us a trophy in his season with Tottenham. Ange, tell us why you won the Europa League, bud.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, mate. All I know is this, mate. You guys spent the last hour and a half arguing about Thomas Frank. You should be arguing about Ange. I'm the best manager. I won everything. I didn't finish 17th, mate. It's not who I was, mate. I was set up, mate. Just to be our mate. Team Ange. That's who won tonight. Team Ange.
Good night.
Far and wide with a pride.